Please give it up for the very funny David Gross. Let's hear it for David.
Thanks. Where to begin? I feel like I should probably start by confessing I've been a little slow on the uptake last week or so. I think that's largely because a friend of mine gave me a significant amount of pot brownies this week, which which don't get me wrong is both cool and appreciated, but it's also kind of like a tricky thing, because there's times that I don't want to get high, but there's no times I don't want a brownie. You see the dilemma. If anyone ever gives me heroin brownies, I'm a dead man. I'd be like, I don't want to die, but these are amazing. Anyway, I'm sure we'll get through this. Recently, I told a female friend that I've made a sex CD or two in my day, and that seemed to surprise her. But I think that's a totally reasonable thing to do, because sometimes you put on a CD that has some appropriate songs for the moment, but really does an entire CD fit that purpose, But the mistake I made was writing sex CD on the disc, because just as I was putting the CD in the player, the girl saw it was like, we're not having sex, right? And I was like, well, yeah, but I'm certainly not going to title the CD Handjob Melodies. That would be ridiculous. But, of course, now it's been so long since I've had any sort of physical female contact that I'm starting to think my world has been created just to ensure that never happens. Somewhere there's a control room full of scientists having discussions like, how's the 4th year Project Dry Spell going? Well, all the other subjects killed themselves years ago. This David Gross is the only one left. It's almost as if he's accepted his pussyless reality. Well, let me ask you this. Can we up the number of friends he has having sex all the time? Can we do that? Absolutely, sir. Good. Oh, and see that girl that's rejecting him right now? Let's have her start banging his fat type of shit friend Carl. See how he handles that. Sir, that was genius. I suspect he'll be devastated. We can only hope. Now, I gotta admit, I really think I should be dating, really. I'm relatively respectful. I don't have any weird fetishes. Some of these people, I don't even know how they develop these fetishes, like necrophilia, for instance. How does that get triggered? Does it start out like the beginning to most Law and Order episodes where two guys are walking down the street, they see a dead girl beside a dumpster, and one guy's like, oh man, I'm gonna go call the cops. And the other guy's like, or... And you always hear all these dating horror stories, she dumped me for my best friend. But come on, that's not so bad. I've never been dumped for anyone, and I think that's far worse, because essentially what every girl I've ever dated has told me is, we've dated a few months, I've seen what you have to offer, and I'd rather have nothing than what you bring to the table. Oh no, I haven't found anyone better, I just found life without you better. How do you compete with nothing, before I started dating, somebody told me I'd be up against nothing. I would have thought I'd win hands down. I can pick up stuff. I'm always getting out gum. Yet, nothing beats me every time. And I guess I really don't blame myself for all of my failed relationships, mostly I just blame TiVo. Stay with me. I'm sensing the skepticism already. And because before TiVo, my girlfriends would always ask me to record their favorite shows for them, because they usually have a job and I usually, wouldn't. And so I do that. I record their shows and then we'd watch the tape together. And then they'd always be like, David, you're so sweet. You took out all the commercials. Get inside me this instant. And that was the one thing I brought to the table, They'd be like, I don't really like David, but I hate commercials. But now I've been after this one girl for a while who, most of my friends think is bad news. And I actually think that they're probably right. But it's just been so long since I've had any news that I don't feel like I should be so selective. You know, it's like good news, bad news. Somebody just inform me, please. I just need to get informed hard. But, I mean, and the last girl I dated, she actually ran a marathon to raise money for leukemia, or I guess against leukemia, whatever. Which I guess is cool. I mean, the thing is, like, if I'm going to give you money for your cause, I'm just going to give you the money, you know? Like, I don't need you to run for it. That would kind of make me a dick. But, you know, I mean, the bigger issue for me is this, you know, it's called the marathon because a Greek soldier was sent from the town of Marathon to Athens to announce that the Persians had been defeated. He ran the entire 26 miles without stopping, made the announcement, and then collapsed and died. Now, what I want to know is what asshole saw this go down and was like, we should make this a thing, what this guy just died from doing. What do you guys say? Can we get some jerseys printed up or something? And the last time I spoke with that ex, she was researching the characteristics of geniuses for her thesis. And she was telling me about it, how apparently geniuses are both humble and proud. They're introverted and extroverted. And then she said, oh, you like this one? Geniuses have both masculine and feminine qualities. I was like, why would I like that one? And then she started laughing, and I started to menstruate. That's neither here nor there. But, you know, and it's funny, whenever you're, you know, in a relationship, you're always trying to pick up on these hidden clues to find out what the other person really thinks of you, you know? And I mean, I guess we do that with pretty much everyone, you know? Like have you ever noticed whenever somebody writes you a letter and part of it's crossed out, your entire focus becomes reading the crossed out portion of the letter? You know, like it's going to reveal some dark secret about the person, you know? Like the guy's writing, like, things of mine are going well. I got that job I told you about. Yesterday I stuck a cucumber up my ass with disastrous results. Wait a second. That was off track. Glad I caught that. But if you ever want to screw somebody's mind, if you ever really want to screw somebody's mind, like especially an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, and just write, why can't we be together? If I can't be with you, I'll make sure nobody can, I promise you that. Then just cross it out. But I'm so happy with our friendship. Let's catch a movie this weekend, just you and me. And if she ever takes it to the police, she'll be like, what do you mean there's nothing you can do? Well, you crossed it out, man. You weren't even supposed to read that part. You would have the law on your side. But I think the last time I ever wrote letters on any sort of consistent basis was in the 5th grade when my teacher had us write letters to soldiers in Desert Storm. But I always had the problem of never really knowing what to write my soldier, you know? So I'd just be like, I'm getting a C in math. It's gotten really hard, I don't know what I should do. Then, you know, he'd write back and he'd be like, you know, I'm sorry about your math troubles, but I bet the more I tell you about being away from home and at war, the less difficult math will seem. Then write back, yeah, I feel like you don't understand how hard math is. That is my time, guys. Thank you very much.